What have I done? Hello everyone, it's your boy Jackaboy, and it's finally time to play what is probably one of my favorite games ever. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania comes fresh out the box, or code, whichever way you prefer to purchase your games, with 3 playable characters, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Tails and Knuckles keep their abilities from 3 and K, with Tails being able to fly and essentially being the easy mode of the game, and Knucks having to glide and climb, as well as a lower jump, making him the hard mode. Sonic, however, drops the insta-shield from the previous game, unless you want to go in the options, and is equipped with a brand new drop dash, a mid-air spin dash. Fan games totally won't abuse this. Nope, of course not, that would be crazy. There's so much content packed into this game with the main playthrough, a time trial mode, and even a multiplayer mode. Fortunately, I can't play the multiplayer mode because that involves multiple players and I don't have any friends. There's also the extras and... I said I'd get to you later! Fine, enough procrastinating. Let's start playing the actual game already. Yeah, I know, Green Hill is far beyond overstayed its welcome, but there's obviously a reason for that. It's iconic. And besides, Mania is supposed to celebrate Sonic's history in a way. This reason is made very much invalid due to Sonic Generations being a thing, but still. Thankfully, Act 2 makes things a lot more interesting with the inclusion of ziplines. That's something that I find Mania does really well. Much like the newer soup variety of Mario games, Sonic Mania typically introduces a new gimmick in almost every level, such as ziplines, DNA elevators, electric ceilings, and whatever these signs are supposed to do. Anyways, Green Hill's been pretty fun so far. Is that the Death Egg robot? What? No, it's already dead. Well, that was underwhelming. Well, I guess now's a good chance to talk about the story. Essentially, Eggman sent these egg robos to excavate a gem called the Phantom Ruby, which has the ability to move the plot along. I will talk about it eventually. When it was dug up, it transported Sonic, Tails, and later Knuckles to Green Hill, as well as turned the egg robos into the hard-boiled heavies. Souped up egg robos that have powerful abilities or whatever, like motorcycle or magic. Oh, how about my favorite ability, police? Later on, we find out that the Heavies are rebelling against Eggman, and the two groups are fighting over the Phantom Ruby, while Sonic and friends have to try and be good parents and stop them from fighting. So the Phantom Ruby plot devices us away, and... man, I love Green Hill and Chemical Plant. It would be great to have them in more than just 2 games. Chemical Plant is just as speedy as ever. There's a special stage at the bottom of the chemical chute. How are people supposed to find this? Actually, let's talk about those special stages. The special stages in Sonic Mania are mixes of Sonic CD's special stages and Sonic R, but everyone knows that at this point, so I'm gonna bring to your attention how absolutely beautiful these stages look. The colors, the backgrounds, why are there fish in the air? Is that a city on the mushroom? What? Okay, back to Chemical Plant. The main gimmick here is the syringes that make this bad dark blue goop into bouncy goop. A little bit of goop foreshadowing for the goopy Mean Bean boss. Man, but Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 looks amazing. Editor's note. I recorded this before Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 was actually both announced and released, so, fuck. Studiopolis! This level is brilliant. The fact that this even implies that Eggman owns a television network itself is worthy of making this the best zone in the game. The badniks here are so inspired, like these microphone guys or these camera bugs, they're so cute! Act 2 even takes you inside of the TV studio, it's so cool! The boss is here alright. Act 1's is entirely based on RNG and is really boring honestly, and Act 2's baby easy, you can just jump. Hang on! Is that a windmill? Why is there a windmill in a bustling city? So I beat the boss and we're on to Flying Battery. This is way better than it was in 3 and K. With these spinny poles, the electric balls, Act 2 letting you explore the outside of the ship. I found this secret room as Knuckles that I didn't even know existed.
It's on.
All the rain.
All the rain.
All the rain. This is a part of the level? What?
What is?
Did you know that this existed, Mario?
1 second. Let me.
What is this place?
Did Mario leave?
No, we're still here.
No. What
Oh,
is this
then what
place?
was-
I've never been. Is this like a little arcade place? I'm finding out so much about this, like all these levels today. Oh, it's like a little mini game, I guess. That's weird. Oh, it's a 1-up as well. Sure. That was weird. I didn't even know that was in the game. And the Spider Egg boss is brilliant in concept, but maybe not as good in execution. After taking pictures of Spider Egg, we swing on over to Press Garden to get them on Jameson's desk by Friday. Press Garden is another super original idea for a level. I found a couple of bugs at the start here, like, what's going on? Why am I pushing? What am I balancing on? What? First act takes place in a newspaper factory, with the occasional cherry blossom leaves on the ground as foreshadowing of for Act 2, where the factory explodes and makes way for a winter wonderland. Finally. I'm home. The ice being implemented as a brand new gimmick in this stage is brilliant. It leads to some really cool segments like this one, too. Anyways, we fight Sekiro Shadows fried twice. Get it? Like a fried egg. And we're transported to Stardust Speedway. In the past. Okay, how does the Phantom Ruby work anyways? Okay, it's finally time to talk about the Phantom Ruby. In the past few Sonic games, it has only been used as an excuse to move the story along. It is the dictionary definition of a plot device, and we still don't know what it's able to do. Let's list off all the different things that the Phantom Ruby can do in this game alone. It can transport objects through space, transport objects through time, alter the programming and appearance of robots, completely transform robots into massive killing machines, and definitely a couple other things that I'm forgetting. There are no rules put in place for this thing, and it's such bad storytelling. What's that music? Oh. My rants took up the entirety of Stardust Speedway. Huh. Okay, back on topic. The race with Metal Sonic is really cool for the most part. He has 3 phases, the most out of any boss in the game except for the final bosses. The first being a race where he attacks you with a spin ball or second having Silver Sonics from the Game Gear Sonic games, I don't know which one, attack for him, and the third being Metal Sonic's third phase has changed drastically since the game's original release. It used to be a wall of spikes approaching, ooh, how threatening, but now it's a reference to Knuckles Chaotix. Metal Sonic fuses with the power of the Phantom Ruby and turns into a really big robo-abomination with a janky weak spot. I hate this boss. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty agreed upon opinion, but I don't know, I'm so disconnected from the rest of the Sonic community at this point. That was sweet. Now Sonic just needs to pick up the Phantom Ruby and we can all go home. Are you fucking kidding me? So Eggman gets his grubby little egg hands back on the Phantom Ruby and zips us on to Hydra City. Hydrocity pronounces Crimea River, and then you might be able to fill your own Hydrocity with all those tears. Hydra City is just fine, honestly. It takes some gimmicks from Labyrinth Zone while still keeping the fast-paced action that the original level had, along with this bubble that for the life of me I can't figure out where it's from. Still a good level, don't get me wrong, just not as good as the rest. The bosses are just fine as well. The Act 2 boss actually having you run away from Eggman while hitting with him. Are these bombs? I think they're bombs. After enough hits, he turns into the 3 and K Act 1 boss? Huh. That's easy. Mirage Saloon. Oh, hi Knuckles. Bye Knuckles. Act 1 of Mirage Saloon for Sonic and Tails is just Sky Chase. Thankfully, it is more interesting than Sky Chase back in Sonic 2, but it still isn't perfect. You actually go into this train near the end, which gives me so many ideas. How about like a 3D level, where you're constantly swapping between segments on the tornado that plays like Star Fox, and segments where you're running on trains? That would be so cool. Fan games, if you want to take my idea, feel free. You don't have to credit me or anything. Just let me know. I'll play the game. I'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll review it or something when it gets finished, I don't know. Let me know. Hit me up. Knuckles gets an Act 1 all for himself, and it brilliantly utilizes his abilities. That's all I really have to say about it. The boss is simple as hell, though. Act 2 of Mirage Saloon, however, is amazing. I've always been a sucker for Western-themed levels in games, especially their music, so Act 2 hits all the right notes for me. I especially like the guns that you jump into, those are great fun. The boss here is the Heavy Magician, who turns into Fang, Bean, and Bark from Sonic the Fighters. It is really easy, though. You're seeing footage of Knuckles here, though, because I just cheesed it with Supersonic. This is a really good segue into talking about the music. I've always loved video game music, Sonic music especially. It doesn't matter the quality of the games, the music's always gonna be great. Mania is no exception. Most of the music was done by T-Lopes, with the music for the opening animation being done by Hyper Potions, and I can totally see why they were picked. Like, just listen to some of these. Told you video game music is amazing. Alright, so we finish off with the Heavy Magician and are shot off to... Please be just like a city in the desert or something. Welcome to Oil Ocean! No. With Sandopolis' gimmicks! No! If you know me, you know that I absolutely hate Oil Ocean. Even if you don't know me, you should know that I absolutely hate Oil Ocean. The slippery oil, the spikes, the fans, those stupid pong platforms that can crush you. It's all so annoying. It doesn't help that Act 2 features the gimmick from Sandopolis where you have to pull down the bars to stop the hazards. In Oil Ocean's case, it's stopping smoke that drains your rings. I will commend it on one thing though. You can use the fire shield to burn the oil. Makes me happy. Bosses suck though. They range from baby easy to stupid hard. It's a good thing the Act 2 boss can be cheese. After defeating the boss, you get on a submarine and it flies. What? Since when could the submarines in this level fly? Whatever, the flying submarine takes us to Lava Reef. I will never understand why they put 3 heat-based stages back to back to back, but okay, all the power to you, Mania team. Pacing is a myth. Lava Reef is fine, just like with Hydra City. There's nothing I can really say about it. Knuckles gets an exclusive boss just to him, which is cool. I really like how he recalls what happens in 3 and K. Once Sonic and Tails' boss is busted, they notice Little Planet. Yeah, the place we were just at not that long ago. And decide to go back up with no transition whatsoever. Not even like a little animation of running up the chain. No, of course not. Knuckles doesn't even get to look at Little Planet. He just steps on this teleporter and BAM! Metallic Madness! So the story here is that Eggman is building a brand new machine on Little Planet. I think it's meant to be like a giant mech / main base of operations. We actually got hints of its existence back in Stardust Speedway. When we get to it, spoilers for something I'm gonna talk about in a few minutes, I guess. It's still under construction, so we've no idea what it actually is meant to do. Okay, back to Metallic Madness. It's alright, still really good. Definitely not Oil Ocean bad, but it's not the best. Music's amazing though, I showcased it earlier. And the gimmick where you go into the background and where you get all small-like, they're really cool. The Act 1 boss is a callback to Sonic 1's final boss, which is really cool. Really like its pinch mode, too. Here's a little tip for you. During the pinch mode, Eggman always shows up in the 4th pillar. Good luck. After that, we're set off to the final zone, Titanic Monarch. While I personally think that it's the weakest of all the original levels in this game, it's still so good, with the first act actually being nearly entirely vertical. I never thought that a vertical level could be done in Sonic, but I'll be damned. The Mad Lads pulled it off. The boss of Act 1 is Red Eye from Sonic and Knuckles, I think? Sucks as Knuckles, that's all I'll say. Act 2 is pretty cool. You get 4 paths to choose from before the final boss, and for the most part, it's pretty good. Except for this bit right here. It's like, damage is unavoidable. Look, I even got stuck in the wall as Knuckles.
Cause I just want to find the creepypasta again.
Uh-oh.
Candy Jack just doesn't sound right.
Guy, I am
It doesn't.
in the wall. Where am I gonna pop up? Here. Cool. After beating all 4 segments, you get sent to the final boss. It's great. Definitely a perfect test of the player's skills so far. After Eggman's normal cycle, he grabs you with his dumb stupid hands and sends you over to one of the hard-boiled heavies. Because with hits taking off these electric cords from Eggman, it totally gets easier as the fight progresses, but hey, I'm not complaining. And once the final blows hit, Sonic, or whoever you're playing as, books it out of there, getting a ride from one of the other characters as the Monarch explodes. The heroes stand triumphantly at their victory, and credits roll. That is unless you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds as Sonic. If you're good at games and got all the emeralds, the Phantom Ruby malfunctions and creates a sort of null space, transporting Sonic, Eggman, and the Heavy King somehow to the arena. Essentially, Eggman and the Heavy King, who's been altered by the Phantom Ruby, are fighting over the Ruby, and Super Sonic has to stop them to save the world, I guess. I actually had a little trouble with the Heavy King segments, and I even found out a new attack that Eggman has that I had no idea existed. Also, Eggman bugged out at one point where he dropped the Ruby when I hit him, but he didn't actually take damage. Once the two are defeated, Sonic takes the Phantom Ruby and is transferred to the game I so proudly display on my shelf. And that's Sonic Mania. Well, it's not perfect, it's still amazing, and is one of the best Sonic games to come out in the 2010s era. Definitely still one of my favorites. Now, I would get into Mania Plus right away, but I got kinda burnt out getting the footage for this video, so that's gonna be put off for a while. Now all I have left to do is edit, so I will see you all when that's done. Bigger YouTubers are able to do this near weekly? How?